Hey guys, I'm Dov, and as teased at yesterday, Creative Assembly has released the trailer for the new DLC for Total War Warhammer 2, The Hunter and the Beast. And as promised, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a live reaction trailer. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm Dov Plays. I do Total War Warhammer multiplayer, daily battle reports. I consider myself an Empire main, although I do play a lot of factions, especially like Bretonia as well. Try and cover all the factions, but I do consider myself an Empire main. So I wanted to do a quick live reaction trailer, then after I fangirl a little bit, we'll sort of go back and break things down in more detail. So let's get to it. Okay, alright. War wagons. Okay, what is that? What is that? That is huge! Okay. Big boy. Alright, so we got some hunters here. I think that's Marcus himself. Yep, looks like we got huntsmen, bowmen for the Empire. Looking good. And this war wagon. Is that Hawkland long rifles maybe? Hard to say. But, oh man, we got Razordons coming in here. All the gunpowder. What are those Croxigors? What? No. Oh, the Hellblasts are on the war wagon. Oh, it's Nakai. It's the Croxy bro. Oh, he's pissed. Oh. Bro. Okay. Oh, jeez. Holy cow. Okay, so everybody calm down. Everybody just calm down for a minute. Alright, so let's go back and break things down a little bit, because that was a lot to unpack. Okay, so as theorized, it is Marcus Wolfheart and Nakai is the Beast, right? The Lizardman. That's kind of what I had theorized at yesterday. I thought it might be him or potentially Gorok, but it does look like Nakai the Wanderer is the one. So, going on here, we've got immediately two new units here. So I honestly kind of am amazed that Creative Assembly implemented this unit. It's a bit of a meme, to be honest, but it actually looks really cool in this trailer. So for those of you guys who don't know, this is the War Wagon. It's essentially like a wagon with a bunch of dudes with guns in it. Later on, we do see one with a Hellblaster in the back of it, which, hello, mobile artillery. The Empire already has, you know, the Luminarch, which is sort of like a mobile artillery piece, but potentially we're going to be getting some more mobile artillery here. Let's go on, and then this Lizardman monster. Okay, so, alright, so we see he's got the nice little repeater there in the back, but this thing is huge. Like, okay, so we get a good scale with the skink here, the war wagon runs past, you get a good scale of things. These are Razordons right here. They're sort of like salamanders, but they don't do flaming damage, instead they do more armor piercing. But this shot kind of gives us a good scale of, look at, that war wagon's pretty big. This thing is huge. Huge. Like, what? That might be the biggest. That thing is probably bigger than the Mammoth. It's got to be bigger than the Mammoth. If that's a unit in game, that has got to be the biggest unit model. Look at that thing. Oh. Okay. So then we get Marcus Wolfheart. We've got Huntsman here. We see the dudes. If we look back, this dude, it looks like he has like a hunting horn on his back. Let me just quickly admire. We don't often get to see new unit models for humans in Warhammer, so let's just admire this guy's got like a nice Beastman hunting horn here. I really like the furs and stuff. Great get up on these guys. And of course, Marcus himself looking super fly. Almost looks Kislevet downright. But yeah. Then we get the war wagon charging through. I don't know, they just look like handgunners in green outfits, so I don't know if that's just his color scheme or if this is potentially a new unit. Maybe it's just the Regiment of Renown or something. I'm not really sure. We do at the very least see archers here, and I believe these are either just basic archers or, because I mean, if you look at their outfits, they don't look quite as ornate. Like, we don't see, I guess they have a little bit of hunting horn here, but we don't see quite as much like fur decoration on the hats. These guys just kind of look like commoners to me, so maybe these are basic archers. Whereas these other guys, if you look at their outfits before, the ones who are standing around Wolfheart, these guys, you can see these guys have a lot more decoration. Like, he's got the fur stuff going on, he's got this nice little liner on his helmet, which is an actual helmet. We've got like this this horn here and stuff. So anyway, I do think that maybe we're seeing two different units here. That maybe we're going to see a unit of archers and a unit of, like, I don't know, hunters separately. But we'll see. So we've got the archers lining up to fire. Of course, the war wagon comes in, and now we get to see a whole bunch of new lizardmen stuff. We've got the Razordons. There's a new variant of Croxigors, it looks like, that almost moves more similar. Like, they have like fist weapons almost, it looks like. Like, we'll see them more in a little bit here. But so we've got cannons, gunfire, all the Empire things, archers. So that was the Croxigor there. Almost missed it. So if we have a look here, it does look like they've got like these fist weapon type deals here. So that looks pretty interesting. Yeah, and then this explosion, what is that now? I might have missed that earlier, but what is this thing here? Is that maybe just, is he getting, I can't tell if he's just getting hit by like a cannon shot or what exactly is happening there. It looks like there's maybe some magical effect, if that's like a salamander shot maybe or something. But yeah, Hellblaster on the War Wagon confirmed. Again, I don't know if it's just the color scheme here, but this, if that's a Regiment of Renown steam tank, I'm going to be so happy. It looks like it's extra blue to me. It might just be lighting or the color scheme for Wolfheart's faction, not Wolfric, Wolfheart's faction, but if that's a Regiment of Renown steam tank, I'm going to be so happy. So happy. So, yeah, new variants of Croxigors at the very least. That big boy, I don't know. I'll have to do some research. I don't know what that thing's called. I'm sure one of you guys will let me know in the comments down below what that thick boy is called. But so then we get this nice overall battle shot. Empire infantry advancing here. And then okay, so this is another Croxigor. I don't think, if we look, it's kind of hard to see here. He is holding a weapon. He doesn't have a fist weapon, but he does have kind of like this, like these paintings and stuff on him, and he's got this headdress thing. So this is either a Croxigor generic lord, or maybe it's a hero, like a Gorbel sort of level Croxigor. Almost, but it looks like, because he doesn't have the fist weapon, he's not moving with the units, seems to imply to me that this is, because usually they will have like a lord and hero, right, with this lord pack, so maybe this is like a new hero or something. And then of course we've got big boy Nakai himself, does that nice little lacrosse turn, and then just gets ready to charge, which, oh man, that's so cool. I'm so excited, guys. I almost can't take it. So yeah, so This is the DLC. I'm sure that there is a Steam page and so on. Let me go see if I can wrangle that up here real quick. I'm sorry I'm not super prepared, guys. I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff as quickly as possible because this is a hot topic for me. So let's see here. Okay, so Hunter and the Beast. Here is the Steam page. Let's go ahead and see what we can see here. Lord Pack. Okay, for use in Eye of the Vortex. So the Empire will be in the Eye of the Vortex campaign, and for Mortal Empire's multiplayer, obviously. Let's see here. Devastating new ranged units, mobile gunpowder, new Dreadsaurian. Okay, so that's got to be the big thick boy there, the Dreadsaurian, the largest beast to walk the world of Total War Warhammer. Okay, so it is bigger than the Mammoth, confirmed. New Croxigors, Razordons, new campaign effects, new regiments of renown. Yeah, very, very interesting. So, let's see here. We've got a little blurb about Wolfheart that I'm going to let you guys go read on your own time. And then, of course, Nakai the Wanderer. So we got some unique faction mechanics here in terms of the campaign gameplay. Again, because my channel's primarily focused on multiplayer, I'm not really going to go through this too much. Rest assured that assuming I get, in the Cool Kids Club with Creative Assembly and get early access, I'm going to be playing an Empire campaign for you guys, absolutely. So, we'll look forward to that. But let's see, if just kind of quickly skimming through here. So as Wolfheart expands Imperial interests in Lustria, his stature in the eyes of the Emperor grows. As a result, he receives a broadening range of increasingly advanced Empire units to aid his expedition. So, interesting. So it looks like you may have a more limited roster at first, and you maybe have to fulfill quests and stuff to unlock more infrastructure units. I'm not really sure. It doesn't go into too much detail here, but should be pretty interesting. There have been a couple campaigns in previous Total War games, like The Last Roman from Attila being the most recent, but my personal favorite would have been the Americas campaign from Medieval 2. It seems like they're maybe drawing some inspiration from that, or at the very least it may play in a similar way, at least with this sort of having limited access to things and then sort of unlocking it by proving yourself. That is sort of how those campaigns worked as well. So, it should be interesting. Let's see here. Empire's mandate. So you've got to fulfill the mandate. In the Eye of the Vortex, filling the Emperor's mandate will cause Nakai the Wanderer to issue a final challenge. Okay, so they are sort of supposed to be fighting each other. Hostility. Let's see here. So, So if you do bad stuff, it makes people mad. Okay, makes sense. And if people are mad, let's see here. They can do things, military actions. Let's see here. Maybe. Lizardman Task Force is dispatched. Okay, so that sounds bad. Wolfheart's Hunters. He can search the 4 hunters. That's cool. So you've got these sort of 4 legendary characters to try and recruit. I like that. So let's see here. Okay, new units and characters. This is the part that we actually care about. So Marcus Wolfheart, ranged combatant with a powerful armor-piercing bow, which is good. 360 shooting, Vanguard deployment, stock. Wow, so he is really kind of like a Lithanar in many ways, but immune to psychology. Let's see here. Significant ambush defense and ambush success chance. Okay, so that's more campaign stuff, but so sort of the Empire's ranged character. We have a Huntsman General, which is sort of a generic Wolfheart, I would guess. Vanguard deployment, stock, 360 firing, immune to psych, yep. Deal bonus damage against large targets. Okay, so they have specifically anti-large range damage. Yeah, curious to see how their damage scaling is, but it could be that these guys are actually a pretty nice viable option for a really wide Empire missile build. Fire arrow capabilities synergize well with Bright Wizards. Okay, so another option for extra fire damage, which Empire is the premier faction for fire damage right now, so that's nice. Archers, okay, so archers, those would have been the basic guys that we saw probably. Inexpensive, plentiful, quick to fire, yeah, that sounds about right. Loose formation enables them to trade fire with other ranged units at a profit. Okay, so kind of like the Empire's cheapest bottom-of-the-barrel ranged unit. Deathjacks look like they have a Regiment Renowned version of archers. Stock, snipe, vanguard. Interesting. Huntsman. Okay, so there is a second variant confirmed. Huntsman, let's see. Vanguard stock, fire while moving, greater range, good degree of accuracy, bonus damage to large targets. Okay, so Huntsmen have anti-large, fire while moving. It doesn't say they have 360 shooting. I'd be curious to see if they do have 360 shooting or not, but regardless, anti-large, non-AP missiles, because the Empire has a lot of ways to tear armor away with spells and stuff, the lack of armor-piercing missiles sometimes isn't the biggest issue in the world, so I'm genuinely curious to see how these huntsmen synergize with, for example, Balthazar Gelt. Maybe you get a couple witch hunters to throw some accusations out to tear away armor. And then the lack of AP, I'm assuming that they were not going to have AP just because then they would be, treading on handgunner territory. But let's see here. White Wolves, Huntsman Regiments of Renown. Okay, so they're just good in melee as well. A useful hybrid role. Should be interesting. War Wagons. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So war wagons, armored wagons packed with 6 riflemen, each armed with an armor-piercing outrider rifle, slower than standard missile cavalry, but far more resilient. They can fire while moving and in all directions. So they have 360 shooting armor-piercing missiles, probably. That's really nice. Not as quick as regular missile cav. They're probably, if I had to guess, I think the Luminarch is somewhere in the area of about 50, 55 speed. If I had to guess, I'd be guessing the War Wagon will be around the same, since it's a similar sort of role. But yeah, interesting. In a pinch, they can also be used as chariots and charged into lighter or weakened enemy units. Very interesting. I'm curious to see how the cost is on those, but they do have a mortar variant. Okay, so mobile artillery pieces carry less ammo than standard mortars, but more than make up for it by being able to reposition quickly. I have been playing a little bit of Empire Total War, one of the previous Total War games based in, kind of the 18th century Europe, and they obviously have gunpowder units, and in that game there are horse artillery units. Like, they have like 6 horses hooked up to a gun so you can move it around really fast. This kind of reminds me of that in a way. Like, you have this mobile artillery piece that can reposition and fire very quickly. So okay, then the Black Lions is the Hellblaster volley gun. Oh man. Oh, I love it. I love it. Devastating mobile light artillery piece. That is amazing. That is my favorite thing. Okay, so no Regiment of Renown tank mentioned here. Yeah, I don't know if this is just specifically the new units, Regiments of Renown versions. It is what it looks like here, but at the same time, there may be other older units that are getting Regiments of Renown that are not listed here. We'll see, but certainly all of that stuff looks super cool. Moving on to the Lizardmen. Okay, so Horde mechanics. Interesting. So Nakai actually plays as a Horde, a unique variation on Horde gameplay. Da-da-da-da. Each army in his faction, when placed in the encampment stance, may develop its settlement infrastructure. That infrastructure is preserved when the Horde moves off, may be further developed. Huh, interesting. So the camps, like, stay separate from the army? I'm not really sure what this is trying to say here, but only Nakai's personal Horde can unlock units for recruitment. Okay, so only Nakai can unlock units, and then everyone else recruits out of Nakai's pool, is what I'm seeing, using global recruitment. Interesting. Interesting. So I wonder if it's because Hordes can't occupy settlements, then I wonder what you do with settlements when you take them. I'm assuming it'll say somewhere down here. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, here we go. When one of Nakai's armies captures a region, it may be gifted to the defenders. Interesting. So you can actually choose which temple to dedicate it to. Sort of similar to the Norskin campaign, I guess, choosing which god to dedicate it to. But yeah, interesting. So you actually gift it to this secondary faction. So I'm really interested to see how this plays. This is a very strange one in terms of like a new, like a benevolent Horde faction, right? Like, not a Horde faction that's going around trying to destroy the world, but that's trying to, like, liberate these places and build up the Lizardmen, base and everything. So yeah, it should be very interesting. Let's see here. Okay, so Warm Blood invaders, you'll have to do stuff to fight back against them, I'm assuming, including hunt down the hunters. It makes sense. So in terms of Nakai himself, so high armor, health, melee attack, weapon strength, yeah, powerful brawler as you would expect. Also grants bonus melee defense and reduces upkeep of Kroxigors and Sacred Kroxigors. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the new variant there. Let's see here. Battle abilities. These weren't listed for Wolfheart. I'm assuming he does have battle abilities, but they're just maybe not finalized yet. Like, Alithanar, of course, again, another comparable missile character, has a lot of utility abilities, but anyway, it looks like Nakai's are actually listed here. So if we go Miasma of Despair, Speed, Vigor, Leadership, Area of Effect debuff, sounds pretty good. Primal Roar increases physical resistance to melee attack, also grants Rampage to allies, could be interesting. Could be very interesting. Let's see, perfect vigor for allies in range. That actually sounds ridiculously good. If you could put together a nice little Death Star with some dinosaurs, because the biggest thing that drains your vigor is charging. So if you have, especially the more charge-focused dinosaurs like Stegodons or Carnosaurs, then I could see that perfect vigor helping quite a bit. So interesting, very, very interesting. As for new units, we've got the Ancient Kroxigors, well-armored, hard-hitting anti-infantry specialists. Okay, interesting. Feral Dread Saurian. If you thought Carnosaurs were the apex predators of Lustria, think again. Okay, so yeah, that's the thick boy. We've also got a Howdah variant there. Regiment of Renown. Version of the Dread Saurian, of course. Shredder of Lustria. Rank 9 stats and encourage. And a passive hex-reducing leadership. Oh, man. A 1-unit army, and comes with a price tag to match. Okay, so this is probably going to be the most expensive unit in the game, but I am genuinely curious to see how absurdly overpowered it is. Sacred Kroxigors. Okay, so Ancient Kroxigors and Sacred Kroxigors. I guess I was thinking that one Kroxigor with like the paintings and stuff on him was a hero, but I'm not really sure. It doesn't say that he's a hero here or a character specifically. I guess Ancient Kroxigors cast in the mold of Nakai himself. I guess this would be the character one, but it says Ancient Kroxigors, so I'm not really sure. It's not super clear there whether that's a unit or a single character. We have the Sacred Kroxigors here, high weapon strength and magical attacks. Okay, so I think these guys are the ones with the fist weapons just because they were kind of glowy and stuff. So yeah, they're just more of an all-around version of Kroxigors rather than being specifically anti-infantry like the regular Kroxigors are. They do have a Regiment of Renown variant as well. Razordon Hunting Pack and a ROR. Let's see here. Top tier Monstrous Infantry unit, Sacred Kroxigors capabilities, Armor Sundering, bonus physical resistance. Yeah, that's very good. Razordon Hunting Packs, Grape Shot style volleys of armor piercing fire. Interesting. Most shotgun type units in Total War Warhammer aren't wildly useful, but I'm interested to see how well these Razordon Hunting Packs do. It said they're good against mobile armored infantry, so we'll see. They are mobile armored infantry hunters, so they're good against armored infantry. We'll see. Lizardmen already have a lot of tools for dealing with armored infantry, so but they do have a poison variant, which because, you know, again, the Lizardmen already don't have enough poison, right? So, anyway, looks like there was another link here that got removed. I'm not really sure. I'll have to do some more digging around and look to see if there is anything else, but for the most part, I think that mostly goes through it here. It looks like we've got some more pictures that we can kind of look through quickly. Yeah, man, those new units look so cool. The new Kroxigors, the Sacred Kroxigors. I love the Amber Bow for Wolfheart as well. His outfit's looking good, although I'd imagine you'd get pretty hot in Lustria wearing all that fur and stuff. But okay, so this guy. Are these the 4 hunters? I'm assuming. We've got a Bretonnian dude with a greatsword here, what looks like a Dwarven engineer, a Glady, and a very colorful witch hunter. I'm assuming these are the hunters, and then also a dude on a griffin in the background. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm assuming those are the 4 hunters that you're gonna go have to either hire or hunt down. But holy cow, man, that Dread Saurian is so huge. Woo! It's going to be intense. It's going to be intense. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this live reaction video. I am super duper excited. I know I am just like literally cannot wait. September 11th, so mark your calendars. Only a few weeks away. Hopefully I'll be able to get some early access footage for you guys as soon as possible. But yeah. Thank you once again for watching. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe. Subscribe for daily Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer battles. If you want to support me in a more personal way, be sure to check out Patreon and or become a channel member here on YouTube. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.